How we feeling?
Word. Yeah, man. Grateful, man. Grateful. Grateful to be here with all you guys. Thank you guys for showing love. Appreciate y'all, man.
Watch respect. Watch respect. You always got my back. I love you.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, back again, Marlo Knows Basketball and Marlo Knows Boxing. Back at y'all with another one. Coming to y'all on this Sunday morning after another great night in boxing. A very historical night, in my opinion. Shakur Stevenson becoming a 4-division champion by destroying Teofimo Lopez. Destroying him. I can't remember the last time that I saw a definitive number one in a division. Teofimo Lopez, of course, was definitively the best fighter at 140 pounds. It's been a long time since I've seen a fighter that was definitively the best in a division get destroyed the way he did. I can't even say it was a masterclass. It was just it was BTA, belt to ass. That's what it was. It wasn't a masterclass. It was belt to ass. That's what it was. Excuse my language, and excuse my language for saying this. Shakur Stevenson didn't just beat the shit out of Teofimo Lopez. He beat the dog shit out of Teofimo Lopez. From the first round, you could see that Teofimo Lopez had no answers for Shakur Stevenson's quickness, for his defense, for his jab, in which he kept Teofimo Lopez on the outside. And every single time that Teofimo Lopez tried to mount any offense, whether it be toward the head or he tried to do a lot of body work and was just missing. He couldn't measure the distance. Shakur Stevenson stayed on that front foot, stayed behind that jab. Last night it looked like Shakur Stevenson had the best jab in boxing. He just completely ate Teofimo Lopez up. Every time he tried to mount some offense, he would miss. Shakur would make him pay with that jab over and over and over again until Teofimo Lopez was his eye was a cut up, bloody mess. And my prediction was pretty clear. I knew that Shakur Stevenson was going to win an easy decision, but I didn't think it would be like this. I did not think it would be like this. I thought it was going to be a lot more movement, but no. Shakur stood right there on the front foot, right there in the pocket, and Teofimo Lopez still couldn't hit him. It kind of reminded me of the way that Terrence Crawford fought Canelo Alvarez, except it was a lot more of Shakur's jab work. But just like we thought that Terrence Crawford was going to do a lot of moving in the fight against Canelo, where he stayed in the pocket, Shakur Stevenson did the same against Teofimo Lopez, but he did a lot more damage to Teofimo than Terrence Crawford did to Canelo. After such a dominant performance by Shakur Stevenson over such an elite opponent in Teofimo Lopez, like I said, I did not see that fight going that way. I knew Shakur was going to win, but I didn't know he was going to stand in the pocket right on the front foot and just destroy Teofimo like he did. After a performance like that, I have no choice but to put Shakur Stevenson number 2 pound for pound. I can't put him over Usyk, but I got him number 2, right behind Usyk. Right before Nail Inoue. Shakur Stevenson destroying Teofimo Lopez the way he did, coming off an impressive performance against William Cepeda before that. I just feel like what Shakur Stevenson has been able to do over this last year has just been more impressive than Inoue to me. So I got to put Shakur Stevenson at number 2 pound for pound. 4 division champion. You got to respect it. If you want to put Inoue over him, I'm not going to argue with you because Inoue does have an argument, but I got Shakur top 2 in my book. But if you have him outside of the top 3, if you have anybody other than Usyk or Inoue over Shakur at this point, then you don't know boxing. And this clique of super friends is something we've never seen in boxing history. We've never seen a team like this with Terrence Bud Crawford, Andre Ward, Clarissa Shields, Shakur Stevenson. And you got to throw in my man, the businessman, who handled his business last night and finished Jermaine Ortiz, Keyshawn Davis. This is like the dream team. This is truly a clique of legends. All undefeated, all champions in multiple weight classes, except Andre Ward, I think. But all undefeated, just like untouchable. And shout out to Jay Prince. Shout out to Jay Prince because it seems like if Jay Prince is behind something, it doesn't fail. And that's real. But to be honest, after that fight was over and you see the post-fight interviews in the ring and Teofimo is standing there with his eye all cut up and he's just by himself. No security, no team behind him. And I was thinking, I'm like, where's his father? His father always has a lot to say. When he wins, he's right there behind him when he's doing the interviews after he wins. But where was he? Where was he last night? He jumped out of that ring fast as hell last night after that fight was over. He had to because he was nowhere to be found. And most of the reason why all of this pressure has been put on Teofimo is because of his father. His father's the one always saying that he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. His father is the one that said that he could beat Terrence Crawford. Even after we watched Terrence Crawford beat and put on a masterclass against Canelo, he was still saying that his son could beat Terrence Crawford. He's putting all of this pressure, unrealistic pressure, mind you, on his son instead of keeping his son on track and helping his son to stay in his lane. He just got him all over the place, making these unrealistic claims. And then when he goes in there and can't even beat Terrence Crawford's little brother, and looks ridiculous sitting there with his face all messed up during the post-fight interview, you're just gonna abandon your son? When to be honest with you, Teofimo Lopez's father is one of the biggest reasons why he lost last night. As he's getting beat up, you can see after round 2 that he didn't know what to do. He goes back to his corner looking for advice on what to do. All his father has to say is, hit him! Use your power! Hit him! And you look at Teofimo looking at his dad like, that's the problem, mother effer. I can't hit him. Can you give me some advice or give me some coaching on how I can? But all Teofimo's dad has to say is, hit him! It's almost like Teofimo he's been training himself. He's been training himself because he has no corner, he has no trainer to give any solid advice or give him any help with a solid game plan. It's like he's training himself.
I mean, literally, wasn't nobody in his corner with him. When the bell rung, he had to get his own stool and shit. He had to give himself a talking to. What is your problem in there? I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, man. He was getting his ass whooped. He had to throw his own towel in.
It's like Teofimo literally has to train himself. He has to give himself advice in between rounds. He has to give himself a game plan because his father gave him absolutely nothing last night. Teofimo Lopez's dad doesn't know enough about boxing to train a fighter of the caliber of Teofimo Lopez, man. Teofimo Lopez needs to go call Derek James, go call Robert Garcia, call Freddie Roach, call somebody. Call a real trainer. Because he's never going to be the best that he possibly can be with his dad being his head trainer. Teofimo Lopez is pretty much training himself. And you know, 2026 is the year I believe a lot is going to get exposed in the sport of boxing. And I feel like Teofimo Lopez Sr., he just got exposed as a bootleg, fake, wannabe trainer last night. And after he abandoned his son and let his son face the music by himself, after he was the one that put all of those unrealistic expectations on his son, that kind of exposed him as a father. Maybe Fat Joe was right when Fat Joe said that he was going to have to beat up Teofimo's dad. Maybe Teofimo Lopez ain't qualified to be in the position that he is.
Almost beat up Teofimo's father.
Really? Most people have tried to do that in boxing or something. He's a character.
True story. I had to tell you, yo, Pop, I'll fuck you up. I was like, yo, Pops, I'll fuck you up. You got some flags too, Eddie. Yeah? That's the time to throw it. Just throw it. Foul on the play. You got it.
Yeah.
His father just came at me, screaming at me one day, talking about Edgar Berlanga ain't the only Latino, and, you know, you the biggest Latino, and you don't co-sign my son, and this and that. He was just talking crazy, and I was like really crazy. I was like, yo, Pop, we'll fuck you up in here. Like, I don't know if you know. Like, don't play with me. And then, you know, he hit us back the next day and was like, yo, I'm sorry. You must have been high or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Because, you know, them fathers are real passionate about that.
But he's I actually like...
You heard this a million times.
Yeah,
huh?
a million.
You almost beat up Pops.
Yeah, because I had a fight. We did Teofimo against George Kambosos when Kambosos beat him at the Garden, and they blamed me. I didn't even have either fight. I won a purse bid. And the dad's like, you motherfucker. I'm like, what? You just what's it got to do with me? And he's like, he's a very emotional guy. I actually like his dad. I think he's got a good heart, but he's a little bit crazy. He's going to be a major factor in this fight. He can't afford to lose his mind in this fight, the dad, and start being emotional. You know what I mean? They've got to be on it, especially against Shakur. If you
What's the old school shit in the Bronx now? What, Olivia's, Easy's and People's, Herpes Triangle? Keep his father out of there. Uptown, you know, the old school, like his father, I'm telling you, the man was screaming on me like, out of control. I say, yo, Pops.
The story, you know, that he told us, I saw him tell a story to someone recently. He said that he put it on you.
Teofimo?
Yeah, no, Teofimo's dad said, you know, Fat Joe come at me, and I said to him, fuck you. And then apparently you just turned your back and walked off. I didn't think that was true.
I'm the most respectable guy you ever seen in your life, especially for somebody's father. This man...
This is what we do.
Yo, Eddie, this man came at me like, yo, fuck that. Berlanga ain't the only Latino. My son is this and this and that. Unfortunate enough, because the kid is nice, he got knocked out 2 days later, right? Where he was at in Atlanta. He touched the canvas. Teofimo touched the canvas 2 days later.
That was Kambosos.
Right after he third me.
Fight.
The mother,
got dropped in the first
he
round.
threatened me. Yeah. His father. 2 days later, he touched the canvas for the first time. I said, what the fuck? They called me, we was in Canada or something. They was like, yo, homeboy touched the canvas. I said, you know, his father, he was talking that shit. I was with fucking Elder Barge when he was cursing me out. Elder fucking Barge.